There you go.
There, I pressed the record button.
Okay.
There it is.
So we're recording. We're not live on the Twitchies yet. I don't know if the world is ready for that.
We should just go straight live to the Twitchies.
All right, we're just gonna... Bugs and all. All right, that's cool.
Bugs and all.
Bugs and all, we're live. Drop the first 93 frames like normal.
Perfect.
Perfect. We're already doing great.
I mean, that's literally like the time frame of it trying to do a thing and then not doing a thing. Hey, look, we're live.
Yeah. I just
All
saw
right,
that we
let me-
exited host mode, so that's good signs there. I gotta stop like having internets on though.
Okay. Harassing people on things. There we go. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the starting checklist. Have we gotten all of this? Have we gotten all of our political talk out of our system? Yep. Okay, that's good. Do we feel like we can put on a halfway decent show? Yep. Okay, got that out of our
No, I
system.
mean, all right, that's normal.
All right, that's normal. Do we harass all the random people to make them show up because we need people in the chat to actually be here? Yep. Okay, we did that too. Looks like our checklist is done. It's time to start the show.
My sources in this. Oh, okay, yeah.
What am I doing?
There's just a random Tumblr post in here.
What? What are you looking at Tumblr? I hope you're looking at Tumblr.
Oh,
Oh, your paper. Your paper has a
Yeah.
random Tumblr post in it.
yeah.
Was it properly sourced? Did you MLA bibliography that shit?
I didn't bibliography it. I just left a link for it, and I in
about as good
text
as it-
cited it, but like at the very, I didn't cite it at the end. I just kind of cited it in text, like I always do. I really don't like tagging it with a number or like using a tag at the end for citations. I like in text citations. It just flows better. Like when you're talking, you don't just like say a quote.
And then at
And
the
then,
end
like,
of
that's
your
it?
at the end of or like you say the quote and then like at the end of your conversation go, by the way, that quote, you go like number 1, to be or not to be, that is the question.
And then, like, 4 hours of discussion later, you don't go, oh yeah, number 1 was Shakespeare in this particular fucking fuckwit. No, no, I just
Romeo
go,
and Juliet.
it is said by X, Y, and Z.
Romeo and Juliet is what you were looking for.
That
I
was
believe
probably...
number 1 is urine.
I
True.
couldn't remember because I get my Shakespeare lines, like the famous ones, I get them all mixed up,
Like you do.
like I do.
Like you do. It happens sometimes.
Especially when I'm reading a holy shit paper. Oh, there's one non-in-text citation.
Oh, one non-in-text citation.
There's a few. Though it looks like I did do an in-text citation of them earlier, and I'm just referring back to quotes from them without restating it. So at the very least. By the way, to those of you who are just tuning in, and well, thank you, Redditor. Thank you. Donated $125. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah, we don't have a donation button,
More than
though.
0 is better. That's awesome. Thank you. I can't. You know what? If you are so inclined, if that totally goes through, I will send you a copy of my paper. Can you scare everyone? An analysis of horror MMOs and how to combine the two. Horror MMOs and how to combine the two. So me being a bumbling idiot aside, let's actually get this started. So thank you guys for joining us on The Game Won't Play Itself. We have your usual host, which, James, am I pointing at you?
Other way.
We have your usual host, James, a.k.a. Spike, a.k.a. whatever. That's a repeat. 1,020. Okay.
Yeah, no. We don't have a donation button set up.
Yeah.
So...
I realized that a little late because I was reading a paper.
I
Because
don't
I
have
remember
that
we had a Patreon. So, I'm gonna, yeah.
I have Twitch alerts.
That's
It would
good.
have shown up here.
I'm just looking at the chat. I'm not paying attention to our faces.
Good.
I'm looking at us on Skype, and then I have the chat. And I was like, oh, Spike was talking about, or James was talking about doing a thing with donation things. Yeah, we'll put that in there. So, yeah. I done goofed because I was paying attention to something completely unrelated to what was going on. So yeah, we have James here. I am the Hergel Man, of course, back again. Will is not here. He will be back in not next week, but the week after.
He will be streaming on Friday, Extra Life.
This is true.
For kids.
On the 5th, he'll be raising money, and if you want to make him suffer, what is it? It's $500, and he'll put the mask on for an hour, 1,000, and he'll do it for 2 hours, 1,500, and he'll do it for the rest of the evening. And at $2,000, I get released from James's basement.
Yes.
I can finally go see my family. I'll eventually visit our fine other guest, who is Breeze.
He doesn't have an icon.
He doesn't have an icon. I'm not pointing. I'm pointing in this direction because it's me facing. It's really dumb. Breeze, the founder of Zephyr Workshops, a board game group, and tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
Yeah, my name is Breeze. My first name is an atmospheric condition. I make board games with some other people under the guise of a company named Zephyr Workshop, and we just had a Kickstarter, and we got $30,000, and it was great, and we needed $40,000, so it could have been better.
It was close, though.
It was like, yeah, no, it's like the point. The takeaway from our Kickstarter was that our game is worth at least $30,000. But we can talk more about that later if you want to.
Sure.
Talk about
Whenever
Kickstarter.
The world is your oyster right now. If you want to talk about it, the floor's yours whenever.
Can it be my clam instead?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah,
Yes.
if people want to check out our super sweet game that'll end up on Kickstarter again in a few months, you can go to robotstrategygame.com because we're super cool and we own that URL. Eat your heart out front mission. So yeah, robotstrategygame.com. It's a game called Aegis. It's about combining robots. Pokemon meets Voltron, and it's a tabletop tactics game that's super cool and fast to play and affordable and all that stuff.
By the way, currently it redirects to the page, so...
It does. So if you want to look at our Kickstarter page, and the Kickstarter page has all the links to all of our other places.
And you guys should all feel shame for not have already donating to this thing. And you should be donating it when it comes up again. And we'll have Breeze on before he goes live so we can pimp this out again.
Exactly, because next time we will prepare for the Kickstarter, and it will be good.
You got 30,000 without preparing for a Kickstarter?
I'm actually surprised at how well it did.
That's
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you were just like, one day you just messaged me and said, hey, the Kickstarter's live. And I'm like,
Yeah. The joke is I found out about that 5 days before you did.
And you're involved in the development.
so,
Yeah, so,
props to Sarah.
we go through the Kickstarter was all our publisher essentially, and like one day we just get like, oh hey, we're going live in 5 days. I'm like, oh,
Good. Okay. Did you have to come up with all of the promo stuff for the Kickstarter tour? Did they handle that?
we had been putting the page together for a few weeks, very slowly and not. But we didn't really know how to put a Kickstarter page together, so it wasn't coming along very fast. And the publisher's like, oh, well, today is the day, kids. And they're like, ah! So, yeah, but that's cool. The game actually got a bunch of money. And we scrambled the first, week-ish to get the Kickstarter page, looking really good, as good as we could get it to look.
Yeah.
And then we hit the second week complete slump where we made absolutely no money, as Kickstarters do. And then we hit the last week where we arbitrarily gained $10,000. And so it was only a 3-week Kickstarter too, so it was
oh god, yeah.
It was like the Thunderdome it was like a Thunderdome of a campaign. It's like, oh, you have 5 days to prepare, 23 days to run it. We're going to Germany, bye.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, most Kickstarters run on an inverse bell curve. It's just you're the kind of initial great thing of everybody hitting it, then you hit the downward spiral, and then you hit like the upward kick at the end of everybody jumping on and trying to get on at last second to fund it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like if we started off stronger, then I think I wanted to cancel it earlier because I kind of knew it wouldn't fund when we didn't. We did really good for the first week. We got a lot of money, but in my head I'm pretty sure I think you need like to get like at least 50 or 60% of your goal in the first week to know for sure that it's going to fund. And we got to like about 40, and then it was like fighting King Leonidas to get that 40 to 50. And
yeah, I caught it at like literally like the start of the second week, and I saw that was I think it was around like 41 to 42.
Oh god, yeah, that was like the most painful part of the whole thing. Was just like we like the first few days we got like $12,000 to $14,000 or something, and that was really cool. And then we like hit like the down thing, and we were still averaging about like $700 a day, which is pretty good. And then it was just like flat line, and we're just like
yeah.
And meanwhile, you're working on developing a game at the same time, so you're trying to stay motivated on that as this Kickstarter is going, and you're like trying not to look at your phone every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, well, like luckily Aegis is pretty much like almost done at this point. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, by the time we actually did the Kickstarter, the game's like done.
I was there when you guys had when you were testing it as a giant printed paper sheet from the drafting room, and you just had index cards that were cut out with descriptors of things. That was the best.
Yeah, I've been on this project for a long time. It's we basically just rebuilt the game like 3 or 4 times at this point. Not like rules wise, but like we made some prototypes, and then we self-published it, and then we signed on with a publisher, and we basically rebuilt all the graphic design. Then that didn't work, and the Kickstarter got pushed back for like reasons. And then we spent another whole year just, let's just make everything even prettier, I guess. So, and even that said, I think we tried really hard to find like a good board illustrator, and we just couldn't get one. So like our Kickstarter, we didn't really have some decent board art, and that's like really important because it's like 90% of what people see is the giant board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like we have like a little bulleted list of stuff I definitely want to tackle.
When I was in that board artist category, I didn't know anything about any of the play style, because it was before I really actually like sat down and played it, and it was after your rebuilds. So it was when you actually were publishing, and I was just like, well, here's some apps.
Yeah, you were like doing some level design for like 4-player maps before we even knew how 4-player worked.
Yeah.
And so,
you're just like, here, do 4-player maps, and I was like, sure, why not?
Game works the same as on 2-player, but there's 4.
Yeah.
Just make it twice as big.
And then we
I did.
And then we just like resized. We've resized the board like 20 times since then. Because like the game started out as an inch-based war game, and then we put it on a hex board, and then from there we needed to like. It's been a lot of like fiddling to get the right number of hexes on the board, so it's not like too spacious. Because you only play with like 5 guys in the game. It's a 5 versus 5 robot game. It's like a 20 to 30 minute tactics game. So it's like there's no need to have 400 squares on the board.
Yeah, you're not okay. As somebody who plays war games, I completely understand and can appreciate that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like even right now, I think our board might be too big too. It's like there's like a whole like turn or 2 where you're just positioning before you get into combat. So I'm like thinking about maybe getting the board to be smaller. And then
that's about the sweet spot. You because you want like kind of like if your deployment is screwed as a player, you want that kind of first turn or 2 to kind of fool yourself out. And if you look at most war games anyways, there's usually that kind of first 1 or 2 turns where you are feeling yourself out before you do it. Granted, I haven't played your game. I'm just speaking for.
No, I think that's definitely true, because that's like I was like weighing it back and forth, and sometimes it's really good during demos that like there's no attacking on like the first or second turn, so they get like feel for like how like the resource stuff works. And it's like we have like there's also like there's a lot of little tweaks I want to do, but more or less the game is done, and I would love for it to get published and hit shelves. So, but yeah, we got like 300 some odd backers and $30,000, and that was cool. I'm very, very proud of what my little game has done. Everyone's like, "Breeze, are you okay? The Kickstarter didn't go through," and I'm like, "Man, I'm so fine," because I came to grips that it wasn't going to fund like 2 weeks ago.
You pretty much knew before anyone else did that it wasn't going to work out, so you had plenty of time to cope with it.
Yeah, so I'm just like, all right, let's just continue to do our best, and maybe by some miracle we'll get retweeted by Obama and things will work out. We got like some really cool people like back in the game, like the head of Greater Than Games, the guys who made like Sentinels of the Multiverse. Like he's apparently an Aegis fan. He's like, this game looks sweet. And then we got Jerry Holkins, the founder of Penny Arcade, digs the shit out of the game. So he's awesome. I was trying really hard like the last 2 or 3 days to get Andrew WK to retweet us.
Yes.
So it's like, because like I saw like last winter, I saw 2 Andrew WK concerts within like 20 days, and like he follows us on Twitter and stuff and everything. It's great. So I'm like, Andrew, I'll draw you. You can have a robot WK in our game.
Have you thought about sending it into Geek and Sundry?
Oh my god, I can I guess that's not as easy as it sounds. You have to send, I guess I talked to the publisher about this, our publisher, and there's like the whole process behind it. You have to send them like 6 or 8 copies of your game that you never get back. So you basically give them like $400 of merchandise, and they may or may not ever review it or do anything with it. So there's like I would very much like to be put on Geek and Sundry, because then we would be millionaires.
Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I know of some like smaller some podcasts. I mean, like the D6 Generation is like a huge board gaming podcast.
Yeah, I don't even know who those guys are. I'm gonna write them down right now.
Yeah, they're actually like, if you look under iTunes under games and hobbies, they're one of the first podcasts that pop up. They're always at the top. The D6 Generation.
Do you know anyone there, or just know the podcast?
I know the podcast because I've listened to it for the last year. If I had known anybody there, I would have had them on the show already, and the show would have already be bigger than it is now.
Let's see here.
But no, they're bored. They do a lot of they're a lot of hobbyists. So like they do war games, but they also do a lot of like, they do Descent. I've literally bought most of Descent because of them.
Oh, what is that? Oh no, I'm thinking about something else. There's like a new game that just came out that everyone's gangbusters for, called like Deep Madness. It's on Kickstarter. I'm sure it made like $1 trillion because it has miniatures. And that's the secret, kids. Put plastic dude guys in your game, and you'll get $4 trillion on Kickstarter.
It's all about the meeples, man. You got meeples. Hey man.
Oh, dude, that's another thing. Like, I just looked at a Kickstarter today, actually, that's probably well over $100,000 right now. I don't even know what it's called. It's like Tiny Explorers, some super generic fantasy game. That's probably pretty good. But the main gimmick of the game is it comes with meeples that have weapons that you can attach to them. So, like, they're customizable meeples with little meeple weapons. And I'm like, how hasn't somebody done this before? And so therefore, the thing is, I don't even know if the game is good, but they'd have $100,000 in people who want those customizable meeples.
Yeah, so they're probably just like, screwed the game. It may be good, but we want the customizable meeples, because when I play when I play Settlers of Catan, I want my meeples to have swords.
Yeah, actually, though, like, an investment into that game is like just makes all of your other games better. So I can completely understand why it's making $1 quadrillion.
Yeah.
And then the aftermarket thing, support for that too. If you just be like, okay, now we're gonna sell you a box of the meeples for like $30, you're just gonna be like, yes, I need more.
Oh, absolutely.
That was actually a question I had for you. Was were you thinking about making minis for Aegis, or finding a place to like 3D print minis or anything like that, and then selling those with like a collector's edition type thing?
Well, let's see. Well, first the game has to get funded.
Yeah.
And then so miniatures can be completely added to our game with nothing lost. It's really we just don't want them in the base box because we don't want the game to be like really expensive. I think the game's it might already be too expensive at $40. I don't think so, but the thing is everybody looks at the game as a tactics game and they're like, where are the miniatures? But we have like 90 unique dudes in our game that you can play as, and so it's like miniatures. We went through like a lot of talks about how to put miniatures in our game the best way. We settled on. So we're going to launch the game, and the game's going to be completely cardboard. And I think, don't quote me on this because this could change in the future, obviously, because it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. But we the two ideas that I want to go for are, we're going to have like the big, awesome, like Voltron robots, so you combine your whole team together. Right. Those big, awesome level 4 and 5 robots. They can have miniatures, and then like the little expansions that have like 20 or so robots in them. So the game's structured like an LCG where you have like big box, small expansion, big box. And so my plan was to have the small boxes come with like 2 or 3 minis or something that are like super high detail and awesome for the bigger guys. And then if the game ends up being really successful, obviously, then we could do miniatures packs like Sentinel's Tactics. Like that game ships all cardboard, and they sell like a pack of 20 little miniatures that you can just buy and add to the game, and they're like cool and like pre-painted and whatnot. So that's the other thing we were thinking about. So yeah, we could have
just hire Kurt to just pre-paint all of your minis by hand.
Yeah, actually, though, yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, that's like the status on minis. It's like if the game's fun and awesome, and if like we can get the game funded and popular, and it's really great at retail, and they can get like a fan base, then like yeah, we'll have miniatures all day. We have the infrastructure to do and everything. Like our publisher is like the miniatures publisher. They have the guy who modeled Big Daddy working for them from like BioShock. So like yeah, we can. Like, our publisher, Greenbrier Games, can poo-poo out awesome miniatures all day, but the game has to be successful first to justify it.
Yeah.
So, if there's anything, give you money so you can get better things later on.
Honestly, yeah. It's like, dude, the game's really fun. You can play it without miniatures. You really don't need miniatures for it to be good. It's not like Warhammer where the game's like, 3 hours long, so you really want to appreciate every miniature. It's like a 25-minute casual tactics game. And it's like, miniatures would be great, but they're not the main idea of the game. I guess we're closer to HeroClix. Not HeroClix. We're closer to HeroScape. That's the game that everyone kind of compares our game to, is that HeroScape. It's like casual war game for the kiddos.
It's the gateway war game.
This is
gateway war game.
Gateway war game.
You're the pot of war games.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, look out for that. Kickstarter is gonna go back up eventually. We're like gonna go do a bunch of like logistical talks and whatnot soon, and then we're gonna probably have some news for people within the next few weeks. That's cool. Robots, everybody.
Robots in a hex-based tactical fight. I'm gonna have to play this game now.
It's good. It's good. Find a good weekend, and we can just take a trip up to Worcester. Grab some drinks at like the Boynton, and just play the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have an office in Worcester. You should come by and do stuff there. It'll be great.
Yeah, and totally not just throw things around your office.
Yeah, we have whiteboard tables. That's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think we might have another guest. I have to go let Sarah into my house.
That's fine. We can make filler. Me and Chris are good at this.
So yeah, while he's off doing that, Project Aegis, fantastic game, and to those of you who come over to the States for PAX, check them out at PAX East, happening I think some point in March this year.
There's I've been getting Facebook messages about it.
Yeah. I don't really care. I'm probably not going to be in the States anymore by the time that happens.
I might have to go because.
Do you have tickets?
No.
Sorry. Well, you might be able to get a press pass.
I might.
We might be able to do press. It's not a terribly difficult system to get press, and press does go in early. They go in that Thursday as opposed to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you do get like exclusive chances to go talk to people and whatnot.
Are we talking about PAX?
Yeah. And press.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know the process to get press badges. I assume that you just ask really, really nicely.
You ask really, really nicely, and you have to kind of prove that you do some level of press stuff and have been for more than release date of passes.
Just say that you're Kotaku.
Just say that.
Just say that. Hello, I am Mr. Kotaku.
I am Mr. Kotaku.
I'm too pretentious to play Rock Band.
Hulk Hogan tried to kill me.
I am the Kotaku.
All right, so James, you're going in as Kotaku,
right?
And then I'm gonna bleach everything, and I'll go in as Hogan, and I'll get a press pass saying I'm trying to find Mr. Kotaku.
So, like, how do I dress? Is this like a black tie and like top hat kind of like thing, or like I have to like walk around with like gloves and a cane and be like I'm Mr. Kotaku and like grow out a mustache that I can twirl up or something?
No, you would actually look like a really sketchy hobo.
Okay, so normal. So like normal me. So get my leather trench coat and Pink Floyd T-shirt out.
No, actually, yeah, just dress up like a hobo and carry around the sign that says Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania in my house.
And then shave a quarter of your beard.
A quarter of my beard. Okay.
I am Mr. Kotaku.
Man, I really hope Kotaku gets really pissed at us and writes an article, and then people will go, What's this? And then we get a bunch of viewers for no good reason. We're literally just being shitlords.
Oh, dude, that's like the Kotaku business model. Is look at something
really
that
is.
like 5 people are paying attention to and write a whole article about it, and then 5 million people are paying attention to it,
and then the rest of press follows because now people are paying attention to it.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh, this is actually really cool." And Kotaku's like, "No, it was just so bad." Yeah, snoot.
You'll go over to like Polygon. They'll report on Kotaku's reporting, which is reporting on you. It'll be great.
And then Forbes will report on Polygon, who's reporting on Kotaku, who's reporting on you.
and then One Up will, and then Joystick will resurrect itself just to talk about how you can't view Forbes with an ad blocker on and talk about the policy behind it. But for some reason, it will explicitly link to the article that discusses Kotaku, which discusses you.
And then IGN won't be able to play our game.
Yeah.
No, they'll rate it.
I don't understand this.
They'll rate it 3 out of 10, and then people will throw a riot, and they'll have another guy review it and also rate it a 3 out of 10.
And then Media Critic will give it like a 6 out of 10 because it's Media Critic.
And the summary of this entire train of thought is everyone should play God Hand.
Yes.
Great game, everybody.
And then about an extra couple weeks down the line, we'll get a WTF is, and it'll be a pretty good review. But it'll point out the glaring flaws we have in the game, which we are very sensitive about.
Exactly. One of us will have to go into rehab for it, obviously, because they have a mental breakdown. Shoddy, not it. And
it's up. I've done my dues.
You've done your dues. All right, so it's Will. We're sending Will.
We're sending Will.
She's gonna drive him up there. What am I doing here? Don't just go in. You have to go in.
And
man.
then hold on. And then about 2 years later, Markiplier will play it.
And it'll be huge again.
It'll just be a full resurgence, and we're just gonna make bank.
Exactly. And then Jacksepticeye will play it, and it'll be all right.
It'll be pretty good. Yeah,
it'll be pretty good. And then PewDiePie will get it and just make it look like a piece of shit. But everybody will make a lot of money off of that.
Everyone will view it because I don't know why.
Because he'll name it something creative that has nothing with the game's title in it.
Since it's going to be something very simple, anyways. And everyone else is looking at it. Game Theory will have to do something on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we're going to be proud of ourselves again.
That's where we're proud of
That's
ourselves.
where we soothe our... That's where the pain of... Oh, we're buffering.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's just me or if it's...
No, it's giving me the, like...
Is it us, James? James, is it us?
It's us.
Buff.
It's me. It's totally... For some reason, it felt like disconnecting, and I don't know why. Dun, dun,
That
dun.
happens.
I'm assuming it's the Twitch servers, because it'll disconnect us and drop us randomly for no reason.
Yeah.
But we're back.
We're back?
We're back.
Well, that's fantastic. I hope everyone had a fantastic break.
And that's how I got back from Mars.
It's true.
It's true. True story. Look it up.
True story. Breeze is actually crying. It's not laughing.
I'm always crying.
Ever since Becker. Too funny. Too funny. They're sweatpants, though. Those are real comfy sweatpants. That aside, time to play everyone's favorite game, Who's Not Wearing Pants?
Yeah.
I am distinctly wearing pants, thank you.
So it boils down to me and James again. That's the challenge. Cast your votes using hashtag FreeHurgleman.
And you could win a copy of Halo 5.
And you can win a copy of Halo 5.
From Will. We will back this up too. Go back to episode 1. He has the disc. It is unopened. We will give you a copy of Halo 5 if you can guess which one of us is wearing pants.
We won't, but we're gonna coerce Will to. We won't. Me and James won't.
Yeah.
But we'll strong arm Will to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. By putting him in James's basement instead.
That's gonna be a feat. That's gonna be like an intercontinental kidnapping.
So yeah, donate to the Patreon so we can go fly over to England and kidnap Will and put him in James's basement so he gives you guys a Halo 5. Sounds legit.
It sounds legit.
Totally not illegal. Totally not breaking probably several international laws. Definitely not gonna get
for a little while though. Like for the first part, it'd be like totally like okay.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's a good one.
We can at Bernie's it. Just drug him to all hell and just like prop him around. It would be the best vlog ever. How to kidnap your co-host. Just weekend at Bernie's it. We're gonna Periscope this shit right now.
So really the way to do it is get him a little drunk and then tell him that there's a pinball machine in your basement. That's how it works.
Just start playing The Who and just let it happen. Let the magic happen.
All right, so let's keep some level of structure to our show. Let's go around seeing what everyone has been playing this week. Oh, Breeze. Breeze sounds like he wants to say something.
Oh, I haven't played a video game in 3 years.
You're playing a business simulator.
Yeah, right.
Well, the simulation is real.
I guess I may have played a few games. Even cooler than what I've been playing, though, is that I just saw a game today that might be the first RPG I buy in like 3 years. What is it called? It looks really cool. It's by some company I've never heard of because I'm so out of the loop. It's called some company called Furyu, and I'm like, did Square Enix hire some interns and put a label on them? Who is Furyu? What is it called? It's a cool looking game. It's called The Alliance Alive, and it's coming out for the 3DS in Japan in early next year, and then probably here, because if it doesn't come out here, I'll just be annoyed.
Oh yeah, that does look like Squeenix interns.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks like Bravely Default, because this genre has been devoid of originality for like 20 years. But Bravely Default looked good, so I'm not digging it too bad. There are 9 protagonists, and you play as several of them from different perspectives. And I really, really dig that kind of story structure. Like, Suikoden 3 did that on the PS2.
Yeah, Suikoden 3.
And then Bakano, cool gangster anime, was all over that. 14 main characters and 3 timelines that get shown to you all at the same time. And the 2003 smash hit movie Rat Race, starring Whoopi Goldberg, also
and Rowan
similar
Atkinson
story structure.
And Sean Green.
Seth Green.
See, you're paying attention. Good.
Before he was Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, who remembers that movie? But yeah, I really like stories with that structure, so I'm excited to see if The Alliance Alive by Furyu is going to be a really great game. And other than that, I played a game called Politicats, which is a cookie clicker game.
Yeah, I have that.
Really? Politicats on your phone?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's just, I can't help myself.
Did it also lose it? It's like so mindless.
It's a clicker. What do you expect?
Yeah, really. I kind of lost it for me. Like, at a point, you go from like dollars to thousands to millions to trillions, and then the currency just starts going to like AA, BB, CC. It's like it doesn't even have the pretense of being money anymore. It's just, you're really just looking at a 4-digit number go up and then reset over time. There's a game called Wartide, Heroes of Atlantis. It's a full 3D RPG on phones that I worked on. And that's a corgi.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's
Hi,
cute.
Benny.
But yeah, everyone should check out Wartide. It's only available on Android because I worked on it, and for actually no other reason than that. And then that was, and then Grooveball crushed the peak of my game development career. Available on iOS only. It has 2 million downloads in China. And it is a game about a marble that I worked on while I was working in a company called Game Guts, and I hope that it is the peak of my career as a game developer. It is the greatest thing. I want Markiplier to play it. Grooveball. Oh, and I played the Steven Universe RPG on the phone because that was probably the best JRPG to come out in like 5 years. Was the stupid Steven Universe 2-hour-long JRPG called Attack the Light, and that game was legit. But yeah, that's all I've played. What about you, Hergel man?
Well, hi. James, go ahead. I have a puppy.
Okay. Besides from the normal games I've been playing, I played Civ 6. That came out.
Civ 6?
Yeah, I'm a total 4X fan while not being any good at the games.
That's how I feel about like most action games. Like I play Bayonetta and I love Bayonetta, but I'm really bad at Bayonetta.
Yeah, I always feel like the thing is too, like with Bayonetta is like you at least be like, I can play this on casual and like still get the story out of it. With 4X games, you make your own story. So if I'm playing on the lowest, I just beat 12 computers on beginner. I'm good at this game. They didn't even get past the ancient era. I'm great. I was nuking them. Well, they had clubs. Which, I mean, if you look at the current geopolitical scape, that's kind of par for some cases, but no. But it was fun. I've been a huge Civ fan. I had since 4. I should state since 4. I did 4, 5, Space. You remember Space? I remember Space.
How do you like the art style for Civ 6?
I'm just sad that it's not Leonard Nimoy anymore, doing all the quotes. They have Sean Bean, which is probably one of the few roles you'll actually hear him in where he doesn't get murdered. I was
actually about to be like, I wonder why Leonard Nimoy isn't doing that anymore, and then Leonard Nimoy is still immortal in my mind. I never actually knew it was possible.
No, he's like David Bowie. He didn't die. He just went home. That's what happened. He just went home. Yep. So, Civ, I actually streamed it. It's on the YouTube channel, because I streamed 2 hours of playing Japan, and we're in the classical era. I'm working my way towards the Renaissance. I just got samurais, and there may be a war brewing with Portugal / Saudi, the Arab Empire. And I'm allied with Egypt. Figure that one. that's some crazy stuff. Japan. Yeah, but it's been a ton of fun. I really recommend it, especially if you're a Civ fan or if you're a 4X fan. The UI in that game is beautiful. Like everything, like every tooltip is in the right spot. It just feels like you can have as much or as little detail as you want. I really enjoy it. So, stream that. Probably going to keep playing that on stream for a little while since I have a lazy Sunday stream I do. As long as Game Show doesn't keep crashing on me. But we'll figure out that. Then besides from that, I played another new game. And where's my Steam library? Because I could tell. Oh, I played Total War Warhammer. Because all the new DLC came down. So I started playing more of that. Speaking of board games. As with any Total War game, it's only going to get better with time. As they release the progressive DLCs that add more races, more classes, more units to the game. I like what they're doing with kind of these smaller campaigns within the game, and not going the way of the other Total War games where it's like a whole nother campaign. It's, you start at the same start, but now other factions are popping up, so they're already making the game more in depth when you start the grand campaign. And besides from that, I guess I'm on a holding pattern because I bought Final Fantasy 15, and we're just gonna wait for that. Hey, Chris dropped. It was him. It was a puppy. I blamed the puppy.
I bet. Chris actually just sent me a Facebook message, and at the exact same time, his Skype dropped. So I want to believe. I don't actually know. What? Maybe it's my fault, obviously.
No, I will blame the dog, because the dog is nice, and probably doesn't know any better. It wouldn't feel bad even if we did blame them. I will re-add him to the call. This is why we do this live. These wonderful comedic bits jump in. Besides, we've already been doing this for 43 minutes.
Let's see. I could talk mindlessly about
whatever you want. I mean, like I said, the world is your
the migration pattern of Canadian geese.
Okay.
So yeah, kids, make board games. Be happy. That's my advice. That's a pearl of wisdom.
And you've been building this for this has been like a 3-year project for you.
Oh god, yeah. Like I said, it's like the game. It's really just been like rebuild after rebuild, and we've done like a lot of other stuff besides this. It's not like I ate and breathed this game for 3 years of my life. But yeah, so it's just been interesting. Every it was like our first game that we ever put together, so it was a every single thing is a learning experience, from designing the game to doing arts and crafts, to make the game, to pitch the game, to sell the game, to go everywhere with the game, and now the work with a publisher has also been a learning experience. To do a Kickstarter has been a learning experience. And so we are all very, very powerful now because we have grinded the EXP like good RPG characters.
You've pumped all your skill
and
points
a lot
into
of this-
game design.
Honestly, though, it's like, yeah, a lot of this has definitely been people. I know a lot of people would totally just quit because it would make a lot of sense to quit. Because, man, like, who really wants to deal with running a Kickstarter? Not normal people, that's for damn sure. Even people who run good Kickstarters don't want to deal with running a Kickstarter. It's basically like being a politician, but capitalist.
Yeah, I had followed the development of an RPG called Red Markets. Who?
Oh, I thought you were about to say Indivisible,
No.
because that was a crowdfunding campaign and a half.
Yeah, this one was the guy's name is Caleb Strokes, and he developed an RPG called Red Markets, which got funded on Kickstarter.
Yep.
But it wasn't the first campaign he had run. He had helped. He's part of this group called RPPR, which is Role Playing Public Radio. They do actual plays of role playing games. So he, of course, decided to create an economic horror game based in the zombie apocalypse.
All right.
The best way to describe the game, and the reason why it's economic horror, is that like the zombie apocalypse is there to set the scene.
Yep.
And the zombie apocalypse happened. Most people were able to like escape to areas of relative safety. So basically, anything west of the Mississippi is the fall zone, and everything to the east of it is safe because that's where that's where the last stand happened. So like civilized
Sounds
Earth.
like real life.
So needless to say, that all happened, and you play a taker. Welcome back, Chris.
I am back.
I'm discussing Red Markets. So you play a person who is legally considered dead by the government because you're in the Lost, and you have to go out into the hellish zombie-encrusted world to do jobs for people because you don't have requisite skills to like be a farmer or a machinist or something. And the reason why it's economic horror is that if the job you get hired to do a job, you have to negotiate the job. If you go and do the job and it gets fucked up in some way and you don't make enough money, you then have to come home and look at your daughter and your dependents, because this game basically says you have to have people who give a shit about you that you burden yourself on, or else you're just becoming murder hobos, and this game isn't about being murder hobos. And you basically have to tell little Susie that she's not eating food tonight because you only got enough money to put more bullets back into your gun, so you can go back into the horror that is the wasteland to kill more zombies, to hopefully make enough money to feed her. That's the game in a nutshell. And it funded. But he talked through his like kind of like running the Kickstarter. He's like, yeah, I was a nervous wreck for 30 days. He's like,
it was bad. running a Kickstarter is terrible. It's not good for your health, especially like luckily I don't have a full-time job right now, so if I did, this would have basically been impossible. So I don't even know how people do it without like you have to really be on it like 100% of the time, and like even when you're not on it, you're refreshing the page over and over again. It's like Yeah,
because it's like if a new update comes in or you hit a new milestone tier, you have to update the art for the milestone tier. Then you have to make sure the press release goes out about it, thanking people, and you have to like get other people re-engaged because even though you hit that milestone tier, you've got more milestone tiers coming up that you need to. Yeah. It almost sounds like this is like an avenue for a PR company to like really jump in on and be like, you give us X amount of your funding and we can make this happen for you. We'll run your Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, if you launch a Kickstarter, you're immediately bombarded with a bunch of like shitlords who will be like, oh, we're an advertiser, we're a marketing firm, we'll get you all the clicks and stuff. And
oh yeah,
like there are
bullshit.
Yeah, and
yeah,
you're just like,
it's complete crap.
That's great,
And, like,
but money makes my Kickstarter win, not clicks.
really though, like actually, like I think we might have used like one of those just because it's like, oh, we have like $50 to throw around. So like I think one of the guys at our publisher was just like, I'm gonna try this guy because why not? Whatever, man. And like
If
apparently
it works,
got
it works. If it's not, it's only this much. Not a big deal.
Yeah, really, it got us like 4,000 clicks or something crazy like that, but not one. I don't actually believe that, and I want to know who actually clicked on it because that it's like
Mr.
I don't know,
Kotaku clicked on it 40,000.
Mr. Kotaku clicked
Mr. Kotaku.
Mr.
4,000
Kotaku.
times himself.
Jason Schreier clicked on it. I know Jason Schreier, the RPG guy at Kotaku. We go to the same awful message board. Great.
So now that we've filled enough, Chris, what have you played in video games recently?
I actually went back to Diablo 3.
Yay!
I've been playing that. Yep.
Any specific way?
Nope.
Nope.
By going back to, I mean, I've played more than the first level and a half.
Okay.
So I beat it. It's not a spoiler alert anymore because the game's been out for like what, 2.5 years, 3.5 years.
If you haven't beaten it at this point, watch a freaking YouTube Let's Play.
Like seriously,
it's time. There have been
It's
7
been
seasons. There've been 7 seasons in that
it's
game.
on season 8 right now.
Yeah.
Like, for serious. But yeah, it ended in a total cliffhanger. Which, the way they were going, seemed like they were going to wrap it up in a nice, neat bow. And the base game, without the last chapter of Reaper of Souls, they wrapped it up in a nice, neat bow. And then they bring in this new asshole. And he was the only boss that I died on. At all. I found out that wizards are really broken if you use exclusively the disintegration ray.
Yep.
Just right-click and wait.
Right-click to win.
Right-click and wait. Except against him, where you have to move and do things slowly. I actually won that using the hailstorm.
Okay.
Using just the fire rain. And I just kind of put that in the center, and I kited him into it a bunch of times. And it was like a half an hour of me running in circles, just dodging everything. It was kind of a bullet hell. And I liked that. I'm not the biggest bullet hell individual, but it was nice.
It's bullet hell with RPG mechanics.
Yeah. Which isn't... It's not typical.
No.
I played a little bit of other games of a variety, mostly a lot of Overwatch. I've been mostly kind of focusing in the tabletop RPGs kind of area, which I thought it was a perfect time to bring Breeze on, because James and I are about to do a 5e campaign, and I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
It's Breeze, you're gonna love me for my parody songs. I'll have to sing them to you later.
He's not letting me hear any of them, and I'm game mastering the game.
I'm avoiding letting him hear all of them. I can say a few titles for them.
I know one of the songs he's parodying it off of.
You know one?
One.
And for whom?
Yes.
But you don't know like pretty much anything else. And I have a notebook here actually. I'm just gonna keep waving it. A little notebook that is currently 3 pages in of just lyrics for these parody songs. I'm pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of it. One of the bands I'm parodying is Franz Ferdinand.
Good.
Unfortunately, we don't have that class anymore, but I have it anyway. Because why not? Yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys waited a significant amount of time for pretty much nothing.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I am. I'm just owning disappointment.
These things happen. It's okay.
It was a kind of slow week, and work has been super crazy, so it's not like I didn't really have time to do anything.
This is the reason why we're recording at 11 o'clock at night. 4
Yep.
a.m. British summertime.
Mm-hmm. I did start a playthrough of Diablo 3 on my live stream on YouTube. Special thanks to Kim for being the coolest follower ever. After like a 4-month hiatus on YouTube, I came back, started streaming, immediately there. Coolest follower ever. Big hearts. I'm not saying that you guys aren't the coolest either, but like I was expecting 0 people, period, and someone exclusively from my YouTube channel was right there. It was really nice. And I love all you guys too. Special loves, little heart. So yeah, I was playing through that, and the trick on that one is I am attempting to do the whole game in German. Because holy crap, it's really hard. I have no idea what's going on, and I'm trying to interpolate as many words from German from what I know about this plot line. The specifics are escaping me for like a bunch of stuff, but I'm basically trying to indulge myself with just German things and encase myself in German, because I do intend to go over to Germany for university for studying physics. Super excited.
Calling it university. That's what they
Universität.
University.
I'm not going to college for it. I'm going to university.
It also helps that Germany is like the board games capital of the world.
There's so many cool things over in Germany. I'm excited. There's neat technologies. There's a bridge that has a computer built into it. Like, it's cool. I think it controls the LED lights of the bridge.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, is it just like somebody decided to build their server into the bridge? It's like, yeah, that runs my email junk server. The bridge? Yeah. Where else would you want to put your junk email?
Where would you even think about putting anything else? Come on, it just makes sense.
It just stands there all the time. Doesn't even do this. Doesn't even do this anymore. You got to do something with it. It's gonna store my junk emails.
Let's see. Yep. A $12.3 million smart bridge is opening, being built in northern Bavaria, featuring technology never seen on the Autobahn before. Sensors built into it on Autobahn 9 will capture and analyze data such as strain, movements, inclination of the bridge, as well as temperature, humidity, and pressure from vehicles. Experts will be able to tell the state of the bridge according to the data they receive, the aim of discovering damage before regular tests. So it's pretty much a self-monitoring bridge that lets you know, hey, there's a lot more traffic than you initially realized, or anything like that, which is really cool. That's really interesting. What? Tech is so cool!
When it's a self-healing bridge, then...
self-healing bridge. Which they do have self-growing concrete that's like based out of like a mushroom matter.
Yep.
I don't think it's structurally strong enough yet because the mushroom matter is too crumbly.
Porous.
But like, yeah, it's too soft as a material itself. But it's an interesting thing. Certainly cool for creating like architecture-y sculptures. Speaking of concrete, I work with a few concrete companies in my actual job that isn't this, and today I went down into my boss / coworker's office. He's technically my boss, but like the level of control within the company I have is pretty close because I'm the tech guy. He had 12 just concrete pumpkins. Pumpkins made from concrete in his office that were little jack-o'-lanterns. And I was like, are we selling those? Mischief Night proof jack-o'-lanterns for your Halloween needs. I don't know if you guys have Mischief Night over in the UK or over in Europe.
I think no. I think
I have no
that's.
idea.
I think Halloween is like mainly an American holiday.
Well, I know that Halloween is pretty much the party night, like costumes and partying, pretty much everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
But like I know it's not like, you know, there's not as many traditions, but I don't know if Mischief Night is anything.
I'm probably sure they think Mischief Night is the party night because, you know, the way
It's probably pre-game night.
yeah. Gotta get that. Make sure this thing can handle night of drinking. This costume.
Oh, Breeze is gone. One after another, we drop like flies.
It's all good. We'll just keep it rolling. Just keep it rolling. That's what we're gonna do.
Keep going.
Just keep it
Just
going.
keep going.
As long as I don't go down, if I go down,
Something's wrong,
something's
guys.
very wrong.
Don't call the police, but call James. His number is censored bar bleep sounds for all the numbers. I'm really bad at this editing thing. James, can you please help me out with this?
Yeah, no, I'll put it in post. I'll put it in post.
Good. We'll put it in post. This is totally not live, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is pre-recorded, so
Mhm.
you're all watching a pre-recorded video that we did earlier.
Yeah, from June 2012,
Exactly.
before we knew each other.
We went
yeah, that's
back
pretty
in
much
time.
it. Yeah,
Just
that's
just editing you so you like actually look like a person again.
So video editing is a very interesting thing. It lets you control time the way no other skill can. So really good editors can edit things before they even, get recorded or anything like that. It's fascinating. Totally not debunked by science in any way, shape, or form. Just don't look into it. It's fine.
So say, if so, how the hell do I get that skill? I'd love to edit this before it happens.
A few sacrificial goats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have those on my street. I'll go get after that. On Mischief Night.
On Mischief Night, where you can have Mischief Night proof pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns.
See, how big were they? Are they like the small pumpkins?
They
Or
were
are
pumpkins.
they're like the
No,
full size?
Yeah, they were like yay large.
Okay, because like if they were like the smaller ones, I was like that could be more dangerous at Mischief Night because that could go through a window pretty and do some.
Oh
more
yeah,
damage.
no, you're not throwing those things. I mean,
Okay.
if they were basically the same like weight as a cinder block.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you could put it through a window, but it would be uncomfortable and difficult to do.
Specifically, the uncomfortable part is like,
Let me hoist this pumpkin made of stone. More or less what they are. He also has big feet. We produce big feet. They're like giant footprints that are like this big.
so you like Bigfoot foot casts?
Yeah, more or less.
All right.
Yeah.
Things you may need. This is just
Don't know why, but we do. I think it was for like a kids museum or something like that.
okay.
I don't know.
Because like,
We do all sorts of stuff.
footpath.
Yeah, footpath.
Pun totally intended.
Yeah. That's it. My brain is still kind of in cement. It's- I didn't come on here ready. I was working until like 9. So bad.
Usually, you were more prepared for this show than any of the other shows that we've ever done. Because it's normally like me texting you 5 minutes before, Chris, get on Skype now.
It really is. I've had like a week and a half to prepare, and
And this is the show that you mess up.
this is the show I mess up the most.
The show that when you have 2 minutes to prepare, it's good, great.
Yep.
This one, hey, I did it. I didn't add to the fact. It was just like, James, you could go live at any time now. Sure. Yeah, just let me know when you're available.
And then I call James. This is the first time I've ever called you
Yeah.
as well. This is weird. I don't like it. You take that responsibility back. I'm gonna go do my own thing sometime.
It's
eventually. I was supposed to stream that German thing again, but work and things just. Oh my god, I hate it. The tech work is just so soul draining.
That's IT work, man. That's what it is in a nutshell.
It is.
But it pays the bills.
It pays the bills, which I still need to pay, but that's a different story.
Ooh.
They're not due for another 4 days, so it's fine.
I just paid all mine. I'm weeping slowly inside.
This is becoming the single most boring stream we have ever done.
Yes. just watching two guys. This is like
two guys kind of complain about their jobs and talk about paying bills.
I feel like we should be sitting down right now with a couple beers and the eating channel, just talking about our day. This is what's happening right now. It's
so that poses a question to you guys. Would you guys watch a channel of just me and James just kind of whining about life?
No, just winding down from our day. Just
winding down from the day, just being kind of grumpy people. Because that's really in the nutshell that we're genuinely grumpy. That's really what it is. It's pretty good. Would you watch that? Would you come by? Would you crack open your own drinks and let us know how your days have been going?
Yeah. Can we have a mutual bitch session? That's what it'd be.
That would be great.
That's what we would call it. I think that's the name of the title of the stream would be.
Can we put this on Coffee? We'll put it on Coffee Night Media, or Coffee Night something or other. Something of my Coffee Night series of domain names and accounts that I have, and we'll call it Steaming and Venti, and we'll make coffee puns. And it'll be great.
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
We have to drink coffee during it?
No.
Okay, good. Because it's gonna be
No.
I mean,
Irish coffee.
Yeah, Irish coffee. Just
no. The Coffee Night is the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breeze, your connection has exploded. Yes, that is a thing.
That is it. Yes, that is the technical term.
Indeed. I'm gonna see if he expects to get back anytime soon. If not, we can just end it in a minute because we ran out of things.
It ran out of things is still an hour and 7 minutes. We're on par.
We're on par. Yeah.
We're on par. We've done pretty good without Will cracking the whip and keeping us on format.
And tune in next week when we get ourselves banned from Twitch TV.
Can you? You can drink live on Twitch. I know you can.
No. That's not what we're getting banned for.
Oh.
You know what we're getting banned for.
Oh. I do?
I'll send you the memo again.
Okay, please send me the memo because I'm going to need to know. Does it involve pants?
No, yes.
Yes.
A little bit?
A little bit? Okay.
Rather a lack thereof.
Ah. Now I'm getting there. Join us next week for the next show, which I'm already titling Pants in Halo 5.
The whole thing is just us plugging for Will. That's it.
Yeah, no.
For 2 hours.
It's
literally 2 hours.
If I you know what I'm thinking of doing? And I wonder if we can do this in Twitch.
Probably not.
It's not that bad. Can I, play Will's stream live with us watching it, MST3K'ing his stream? Can we have streamception?
I think we can. But we need to also, be some... I mean, so long as we're doing it on here and Will is also shouting to us in his stream.
Oh, yeah, he will be, but it'll just be funny because there'll be the delay.
It'll be great.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be fantastic. It'll be terrible. This is a terrible idea.
I know. That's why. That's why it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be so bad. No one's gonna like it. I love you guys all. You'll probably like it still.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If you came here to begin with, your standards are not very high for us.
Our standards aren't very high to begin with.
Our standards are a lot higher than you think. Almost 0, not totally 0.
We don't have a girl on here wearing next to nothing.
This is true.
This is true.
We just have me wearing next to.
You ruined it. Now they can guess. There's the Halo 5 out the window. This one's gonna be fun to edit. I can already tell.
Ours or Will's?
It's Will's Halo
Probably
5.
basement.
Maybe I should let you out of the basement so you can get some sunlight or something. Get some vitamin D in you.
Look at me, I'm paler than the sheet!
Oh boy, oh boy.
Good times to be had.
Exactly. So, I guess we can end it. I think we should end it.
Yeah, I guess we'll end it.
We'll end it. We've tortured everybody enough.
Are we just gonna do it abruptly?
No, God, we're gonna lead into it.
Okay, fine.
We're leading into this.
It's right now.
As of right now, we're leading into the ending part of the show. I mean, we usually end it pretty abruptly anyways. So is that it? Everybody good? Everybody talked about what they want to talk about? That's good. Hooray. Good job, everybody. We did it.
I just want to say thank you all so much for joining us. Once again, it's a pleasure to always have you guys here. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week.
Yes.
It's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna see if I can get a time to get a pre-record with Mike. That'd be cool.
Yeah. If you just find out what works best for him.
Yeah.
Because I can mold. He's West Coast.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, as long as he's not East Coast, it's gonna be pretty easy because I don't mind staying up later to get something pre-recorded with him.
Yeah.
We might be able to have better quality video.
This is true. We can probably actually do something, and we'll be slightly prepared.
Yeah.
Not like it matters. It's gonna be fun.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, if we manage to get Mike on, you guys will finally find out who I'm talking about, and it'll be great.
It will be. There won't be a chat box down there either.
No.
No, I'll actually have to make a new UI and everything. It'll be cool. Everybody will like it. You'll all like it.
It'll be an experiment.
Yeah.
I hope you'll like it. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. And I'm really hoping it's love it. Yeah, it'll be my chance to finally get out of James's basement.
Yep. If you can make that, it's either you donate $2,000 to Will or he comes through on this mic thing.
Yeah. Or Mike pulls me out. Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be a Blackout Down operation happening for that.
I'm really waiting for us to get rated real hard, and then someone swat us, and we're all just gonna be here like, the fuck is going on? James, you okay? And then I have to actually drive over and bail you out and attest that I am not locked in your basement. I'll be like, guys, can we do this on stream? What? Do this on stream? What are you talking about? Hold on,
Periscope.
Hold on. Phone. Okay. So yeah, that's all for this podcast, everybody. It was fantastic having you guys here. We'll see you next week. As always, you can find us here at TGWPIS. Same with our Twitch, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook, and of course our fantastic little Patreon. Feel free to swing by there, give us a little bit of something, and we can start making some level of quality here. So it's not just the shitstorm that is today.
Yeah. The quality, hopefully you guys have seen the upturn in quality. There has been, there's a little bit of scale, but if you feel the need, thank you.
It's optional. We're not demanding it.
No, God, we'll never demand it.
But, we are holding you at knife point over the internet.
I'm holding Chris at knife point over the internet.
Then we get swatted.
Then we get swatted.
Then we get swatted. So yeah, you can also find you where, James? Where else can you find you?
Just at Take Whippies. I do everything.
I forgot you only live here. You are Tigwhippy's basement, and I am in your basement.
Exactly.
I have more freedom in your basement than you do in there.
I know. I have my own personal stuff, but I'm on Tigwhippy so much that I just run it. It's my own.
Eventually, it's going to get to a point where we're exploding and doing so many things that, hello, Punisher Elite!
You made it! What are you doing awake?
You should probably sleep. I am legitimately concerned for your health right now.
Yeah, we are both concerned.
You're either starting your day or you're ending your day, and I'm really hoping it's starting right now.
Yeah.
Because then you have the rest of the day to ruminate why you watch us to begin with. Oh, you just get back from work. I see you also had a super long day. I too had a super long day, which is why we're up so late.
We were gonna end the show, but don't worry, you're here. Well, let's talk about this. You're here now. We'll stick around.
We'll stick around just for you, my man.
Just for you,
my chum, my friendo. Any other synonym for person?
Oh
God, yeah.
Oh
no,
God.
that was my day. My day was a 12-hour shift too. 9:10 to 8:50. I mean, almost 12-hour, but still, hella long.
So sorry for you, man. I'm glad you want to wind down with us, but I'm pretty. I mean, I'm just wondering what the question is. Why us specifically?
Well, yeah. I mean, not that we mind.
No, we're happy to help. You just let us know what we can do for you, and we'll make that happen if it's within our power.
Does more of this ghost white pallor, just a little, there may or may not be anything below that. That is still a thing. If you guess who is not wearing the pants, a copy of Halo 5. That's the challenge here.
It's going to always be the challenge. I can't wait for somebody to actually call.
I like that there's two people and it's still a challenge.
So you got a 50-50 shot. That's because it's like depends on what you define pants as being.
This is true.
It could be anything.
The existential segment.
It was. I consider it more like the
What is one pant?
What is one pant?
Yes.
I think it's like the Schrodinger experiment.
Schrodinger's pant.
So it's the fact that you can't see it. Well, no. Technically, if we're looking at it, the pants exist in a state of both existing and not existing.
If we're not observing them. If we can't see them, they're both existing and not existing.
Yes. So as long as you can't observe them, which you can't, they both exist and not exist. And if you're watching this on the post recording, then yeah, it happened already. So you don't know what state the pants are in at all because you can't even observe them in a 5 to 6 second stream delay cycle.
I mean, technically, even then, you're still not observing them because they're still in the past. It has to be in the now. But, like, we're not going to get into the fine details.
I know.
That's too cerebral for me right now.
Yeah, it's late at night. We don't, like, we're definitely going to put Punisher Elite to sleep if we start talking about that kind of stuff.
Which, Punisher Elite, for your own health, we're going to continue talking about Schrodinger's pants. And we're going to do it in this voice. We're going to do it calmly.
Of course.
We're going to do it softly.
We'll speak.
Not going to laugh like dumbass. I couldn't straight face that. No.
And now we're going to talk about Schrodinger's pants. Considering that in a world, and I don't even know where to go with it.
Welcome to TGWPIS ASMR.
Yes, we could do an ASMR. Just
today I have a fine segment on you missed it earlier. Horror games. It's probably backwards on your screen. Can you scare everyone? A paper about horror games, and I'm going very Irish.
Well, we're going to the Irish segment of
the
very
Irish
segment.
Horror game
coming next week is Jacksepticeye. He's joining the show. We're just going to jaunt over to his house, see what he's doing.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. Really
which is you, Punisher, because it is top of the morning to you.
Yeah. That's it. That's the extent of my comedy for the rest of the evening. I'm done. Done with jokes.
We had the jokes. They were made.
I'm out.
Most of the jokes were.
I'm gone. Why?
As much as I can be ready for Halloween, I have no idea what my costume's going to be, Punisher. I've got an idea. I mean, I've got the go-to. I mean, just put on my Starfleet yellow captain shirt and just rock that. That's the easiest thing. What about you?
No.
No, nothing.
I'm really tired. I don't know if anyone noticed this. It's been a long day for me too.
Yeah.
I really don't want to get up right now because I'd like knock everything in my scene down because I'm in a really awkward angle. I'd have to push my chair out, and there's not anything holding this curtain up but like command strips. In case anyone remembers the Fine Adventure when we looked at my ceiling.
Yep. The how to create the sheet.
I really hope you guys are enjoying this because it's kind of there's nothing in this cup, by the way. It's been empty for like you can't see. It's all black. It's been empty for like the past half an hour.
It's that awkward thing when you finish your drink and you're like, man, I still have like...
I want more drink, but I can't leave. We're still doing a thing.
We're still doing a thing. I've had that with piss breaks on the thing. It's like, man, I really gotta go to the bathroom. But I can't leave.
Truth.
The life of being a streamer.
It's very awkward.
It is.
There's a lot more concern about bathrooms than people think.
You get more concerned about the bathroom. It's like, than you would on your like normal day.
Like, here's the thing. Like, when you're streaming, you're like, all right, I can go about my day. Haven't needed to use the bathroom. Stream starts. I really gotta go now. And then everything is pain. But anyways, let's actually finally end this. Let's stop dragging this out so I can finally stand up. This is starting to actually hurt. You can find me on the YouTubes at Hergelman. YouTube.com/TheHergelman. You can find me on the Twitters as @Hergelman, and you can find me, of course, here on Twitch as well as @Hergelman. And next week you will see me right here in this chair. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next week.
All right, Elite, get some food. Handle that hashtag hungry. We'll talk to you soon, and bye, everybody.